Today we're going to be looking at solving algebraic equations. So we're going to start with 5x plus 15 equals 65. To solve this algebraic equation, we must find the value of x. To start, the goal is to get the variable, often known as x, on one side of the equation, while placing the constant terms on the other side of the equal sign. So to do this, we must subtract 15 from both sides, and then simplify the terms. So we'll get 5x equals 50. Now that we have x on one side and the rest of the terms on the other side, it's time to solve for x. But how do we do this when there's a number in front of the x? Easy. Just divide x by 5. But the most important thing to remember is that you have to do to one side what you do to the other. So this means when I divide the x by 5, that I must divide the 50 by 5. So for this, we get 5x divided by 5 is x, because any number divided by itself equals 1, which can be represented with no number. And then equals 50 divided by 5 equals 10. So therefore x equals 10. We have solved this algebraic equation. To make sure we have done correct calculations, let's check our work by plugging in 10 where the x was, and then copying the rest of the equation. We have to distribute the 10. So 50 plus 15 equals 65. And yes, this is correct. Now let's try one with fractions. We are going to start with 3/4 x plus 1/2 equals 6/2. Remember, we want the x term by itself on one side. So to do this, we must get the x alone. So subtract 1/2 from both sides. And this is going to equal 3/4 x equals 5/2. And now we must get the x with no coefficients. So we must divide each side by 3/4. Dividing fractions means we must multiply by the fraction's reciprocal. So we multiply 3/4 x times its reciprocal, 4/3, and we also multiply 5/2 by 4/3. These cancel out, leaving the x alone equals 26. Our last step in this problem is to simplify the answer, which equals x equals 10/3, because we reduced these both by 2 and got 10/3. And we can check our answer this time by plugging 10/3 into x, so 3/4 times 10/3 plus 1/2 equals 6/2, which then multiply these, you get 30/12 plus 1/2 equals 6/2. We're not done yet, because this can be reduced to if you reduce both by 6, you will get 5/2 plus 1/2 equals 6/2. And again, this one is correct.